Hello and welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am bringing you what I hope will be beautiful, meaningful, insightful readings. I'm looking into messages from the realm about how to open your heart and align with your purpose, find meaning, and just messages about where you are now and what's quickly coming in for you. I will be burning this ritual candle from the beginning of the first through all three. There's a unifying cord running through all three readings, so you may find messages for yourself in 1, 2, or 3 of them. And I will allow the candle to, of course, burn out beyond recording time. And we'll set some intentions for each group and just really give it our best and our most powerful love. That's what I have for you. Using Hierophant cards from 3 different decks. I'll be using those decks respectively. And there are some pre-shuffled and drawn oracles beneath each, which we'll get into with the tarot during your reading. I feel like there were other things I wanted to say, but I'll save it and let's just get into this. I will insert a close-up still photo so you can meditate on these images and these stones better, but we have chrysocolla for number 1. And we have green calcite for number 2. And for number 3, aquamarine. I love all of these raw pieces. I love these decks. Everything is beautiful, and I think we're gonna find some good stuff. So check them out, and I'll see you at your reading. Thank you. Hello to group 1. We're beginning our candle burning with you. You chose the SEAWITCH tarot and this chrysocolla piece. I'm going to show you the cards, and I'll be shuffling your tarot in just a moment. Okay, we have the cauldron. I'm trying to make sure they're all in here. The animal for you is bat. I'll just put it over here. We have soil and flow. Okay. All right. We're asking for messages for anyone who has arrived in the group 1 energy with this chrysocolla as our representative and our energetic conduit. All right. I just saw the High Priestess. That's the SEAWITCH card in this deck, namesake. I feel we are certainly joined by some beautiful guiding forces today. Okay, I want to first get some cards on where you've been recently, currently. Queen of Wands, King of Swords, and Two of Pentacles. Emerging energy. Emerging energy for number one, chrysocolla. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, we'll call more of these cards in shortly. Make sure everything's in. I think so. All right. Pardon me. Okay. So here, I think I'll go with this group here first. This is sort of like recent and current energy that you have been in or are in, or at least in your highest good, you know, in your highest self. This is what is really at the core of your essence right now. This is Queen of Wands, beautiful, just power. There's so much power here. The Queen of Wands and the King of Swords are very mighty. When it comes to queens and kings, this speaks of a lot of power, a lot of certainty and knowingness and sure sensibility, you know, like this there's a feeling of knowingness and knowing the way, and with the Two of Pentacles here, just certainly like the juggling of everything. You seem like someone who maybe you've had quite a bit on your plate, and you kind of handle it like a boss. This is definitely too, you know, of the royals, I feel personally, first of all, I'm very attached to the Queen of Wands, personally, and it's very, Queen of Wands energy is a powerful manifester. It's the witch, it's the magician, and it is just an ease and a beauty, and it's really just a very lovely, powerful queen, the fire queen, right? And then the King of Swords. When it comes to the kings, I really just see the King of Swords as being like the chill, the badass, the beast with the beauty, you know? So it's kind of like there's a real beauty in the beast energy here as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, so this is fire and air. Fire and air go together really well. So there's something in you that is like your masculine and feminine are probably both very relevant and showing up and powerful and balanced within you. And, you know, this is balance and juggling the pentacles, and it's showing up in your life and in your force, in your life force, this this sort of stability in knowing, you know, what you harness, what you possess, and how to use it. The cauldron is speaking of rejuvenation and nourishment. You know, in this cauldron, we're making, you know, I'm thinking of stone soup, you know, where a little bit of everything goes in and you get what you get, and it's exactly what you need. And so for you, I feel there is, this feels like karmic return. This feels like everything that you've put out, everything that you've given and put into what you're doing and what you're presenting to life and others is coming back to you in goodness, you know. And you know, this particular card says fire above, wind below. This deck uses the elements and says above, below, whatever. Fire above, wind below. This is fire and air, just like this wands and swords energy here. So that's really cool. It's just something that I noticed. But yeah, it's speaking once again of this balance of your masculine and feminine energy, and you being like really in those presentations, you're being more attractive to your destiny. You know what I'm saying? And that is where I get into this flow card. Flow being the adaptability and the allowance of what is meant to be, and the trust that it is what it is, you know. There's an element of letting go with flow as well, you know, like if it's not meant for me, I'll let it go. If it's meant to be with me, it will return to me. There's a real ease and a gentleness and a relaxation around flow. And when you're holding your power and you're standing in it and you believe in it and you know it is you, it's easier to go with the flow and just be one with everything that you know you're a great part of, and you know you're a contributor to. So, you know, even if you haven't been feeling extremely powerful, this has been under you all along. This is within you, deep within you, you know. I'd like to go over here to soil. Soil, again, it's the balance. It's the growth and decay. It's you know, things coming back up again. And I was really pleased here to see Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands show up under soil. I immediately feel, when I see soil, I feel Ace of Pentacles energy. It is the fertile ground for the seed, for everything to take root. So for soil to be showing up here, I feel that you are definitely coming into a place of fertile soil, fertile ground, where whatever it is you've planted, your intentions, they're taking root, and from this is growing everything that is meant to be, you know. And then, excuse me, that is very much about transition, and it's about communication and listening to the messages, listening to other senses, and listening to what is hidden in the dark, you know, what is beneath the soil, what is in the intention, hearing the intentions in other people, hearing the intentions in your own wishes, like what is really underneath it. You're finding layers under your own self and the things that you wanted. You're like, it's a discovery. It's a time of discovery for you. Ace of Pentacles being earth, soil, and Ace of Wands showing up here again, the fire. And then, of course, this is Three of Pentacles, which is more earth and this groundedness. With this Ace of Wands is the inspiration and the spark to begin new things. I see you have two aces here just to get started with energy coming in for you. You are, like I said, with the soil, coming into a place of fresh ideas and new ventures, new projects, and newness, new relationships, new you, really, in ways, you know, like shedding the old, like letting the old parts of you that, you know, you feel are, you know, need to go, like, you know, we always are who we are, but we're constantly like shedding. If you think of our cells and our skin, like we're parts of us are constantly dying, and parts of us are constantly regenerating, and there's just the real, a very fertile, abundant energy sitting here and wait for you, and emerging upon you right now is this energy of working with the forces, with those around you, with others, collaborating with spirit, collaborating with higher self, collaborating with your guides and your higher power, collaborating with people around you that are really invested in a better future as well. So I really feel there's also, with the chrysocolla, we've got Taurus, Gemini, Virgo energy. That's a lot of earth, and Gemini is that air, and chrysocolla being partly related to the heart and partly the root, but also a throat. Anytime you see the turquoise teal, we're looking at throat chakra, and that's communication. That's that Gemini in there. And so what I feel for you is there's something going on with truth and communication for you. There's something about your truth and setting it free and letting it, sending it out, letting it flow, letting your truth be shining and given out. This is, if you're in the kitchen and you're the Queen of Wands and you're this witch cooking up in this cauldron, and you're making your, this nourishing stew for everyone, and they are able to take from it and build their own gardens, and build their own bodies, and I also feel there's a transmission here with the bat energy that has to do with you receiving and giving messages. So you may very well be in a similar position as me right now, where I am, basically I am a medium for message right now. I am hearing and delivering, and that is, here we have bats use sonar technology, or I don't know if it's technology, but like sonar sonar skills that they are given, as creatures, and they use those to survive, and through this listening and through this mixing and nourishing, we're giving like this communication, like it's a signal and a frequency of delivering truth, of delivering goodness, really, that's necessary for everyone. So with the question of how to open your heart and align, I would say that you're already beyond that. Like there's always more, but you're open and receiving. As far as I can see here, you're already open and receiving. I would like to get some more messages about more guidance for you in your mission, purpose, alignment. More guidance. The Chariot. Justice. Look at these majors. And the Moon. You have 3 majors. You're in a very I'm gonna move these over, be a weirdo about it. There we go. Now I can see. Look at that. So for your guidance, you have these 3 major arcana. You have the Chariot, Justice, and the Moon. And I think that, ultimately, if this is beneath, this is the Moon, this is the intuition, this is the shadow self and the illuminated self rotating and blending and making appearances, and just like the Moon, like you're well acquainted with your shadow, you're well acquainted with your illumination, like you have the full range of emotion and intuition and depth to work with, okay? And then you have for justice, this sense of wanting to set things right, wanting to seek higher truth, wanting everyone to be okay, everyone to be better than okay. And then I would say that, you know, your goals are pure, and that is why you have the chariot here. This is you moving forth successfully. This is you getting what you set out to do because your intentions are pure, because you have done good, because you are doing good, and it is coming back, finally coming back, you know, coming back around for you. So this is beautiful. You know, you have court cards that you've been sitting in, this ownership and regality of who you are, and then you have these aces for what is emerging, and it's just this exciting new prospect energy for you. And as far as guidance, I mean, 3 majors. I'm just sitting in this for a moment. Is group 1 facing any challenges right now? Because everything looks so good, I'm almost afraid to ask. Okay. What's the conflict about? What kind of conflict confronts group 1? Knight of Pentacles. Patience? Someone else's patience or impatience? What kind of conflict, what kind of challenges? King of Wands. So I've got some earth and fire. That's, to me, magic. That speaks of magic. As a challenge, as a conflict, I'm inclined to say that you just really have to be careful about your focus and not being sort of like distracted by I mean, I want to say romantic possibilities with people, regardless of their intention. I feel you may have, you know, people interested in you who are very well-meaning, absolutely well-intended, see you for what you are, want to, you know, share in your power and your good energy and multiply it with you, and that's all good, and that is what a healthy, balanced, you know, loving, intimate relationship should be. However, for you, I'm getting that it can be a distraction for you. It can actually pull you away from your own power when you focus too intently on someone, you know, one person in particular, right? There's a stubborn energy that I'm feeling right here. So I just want to say, you may come up against your own stubborn energy, maybe others, but certainly I feel you may have your own stubborn energy to contend with. Like, you know, when you get something in your head, you want to go for it, and you want to make it, you know, make it yours, make it real, make it whatever. However, sometimes, you know, knowing when to let things go could be important for you. Balancing the health of soil. I'm not, you know, I'm not a gardener, but I do, from what I understand, soil health is really integral to the way things grow and the nourishment. Like this cauldron is about nourishment. And there was a big issue of balance throughout your reading. So I feel that, you know, the place in your heart where your intention is coming from is pure. It is loving. It is good. It has done so much. It is compassionate and kind, and it means the very highest well, you know. But if something gets in there and throws that off balance for you inside your heart, it affects everything that you're able to put out. You know what I mean? So that's just what I have for that as a challenge for you. Just to watch out for your own stubborn nature when it comes to, you know, your willingness to let things go, or know and recognize and accept when things are taking more from you than giving, or you know, you want mutual respect, you want reciprocity. You know, you realize in this life, anybody who's done any sort of anything philanthropic, like, you're understanding that anything that you're giving, you do so without strings, you do so without, you know, wanting necessarily anything in return. But at the same time, when we're talking about like intimate love relationships, for example, or partnerships and collaborations, like with one-on-one with people, like, it's important that you're not doing all the giving, and that there is a reciprocity and a give and take between people, and that you're not being basically like used up and depleted by anyone. Even if they are not aware that it's happening, you usually are, and you know when it's happening. And the trick is dealing with your stubborn self. Okay. I'd like to get just a final word about something coming in for you with regard to your purpose. 3 of Cups. I see that you have more community and friendships and good times coming in. Maybe you, like so many of us at this time, have been, you know, we're coming out of like the pandemic, and there's been a lot of like isolation, and a lot of us, most people, I mean, I feel like everybody's like done a whole lot of going within and having to live with themselves and look at themselves and spend time with themselves and figure. A lot of people have reassessed like what they're doing and what they're up to, right? And I feel just a sense of you you know, finding your people again. Like, these may be new people, these may be some old familiar faces, but a real social, excuse me, a real social aspect here with the Three of Cups. Good times and happy times, but just really finding more of your people, you know, like your tribe. You know, I just got this funny message that, you know, you have the same like freak flag, if you know what I'm saying. Like, there's like a, it's like your own, it's, when I say your people, I mean like your people. Like this feeling of like being around those who get you and you get, and like this excitement and this like collaborative energy, which is really great and goes well with this Three of Pentacles that you have coming in as well. You know, this collaboration energy, working together to make beautiful things happen, make good times, make good memories. That's what I see for you. This is really beautiful. So we'll set an intention. Spirit, please bring in, for everyone who is with us here in this reading, feeling this, all this energy, all this truth, all this goodness. Let's bring, let's keep that purity, that beautiful purity, the support to keep that. Can we have, may we ask for support in finding our people and continuing on this path to our great connectedness with those who feed and nourish our souls. Can we continue to be supported in expressing our truths and being who we authentically are, and bringing positive light and sometimes things that aren't so easy for the world to see. Can we please be strong and bring that out? Okay. All right. Thank you, Group 1. Thank you so much. Feel free to watch the others. These are open. You know, you take what feels right and dismiss the rest, you know? You know how it works. Okay. Thank you. Hi to Group 2. I'm trying to keep moving through our beautiful ritual. So I'm using the SERPENTFIRE deck for you. And you chose this green calcite. Calcite is so delicious to me. All of the variations. So, such a beautiful and interesting Hierophant card. It's not every day you see naked dudes on your tarot, is it? All right. You have determination, fortune, mountain goat energy, and this is standstill, sky above, earth below. Okay. I'll talk about those shortly. Try to make sure everything's in here. Give these a shuffle. So green calcite is a stone of the heart chakra. It's very much about love and soothing the heart. All right, get some cards and start talking. For 2 with the green calcite. Recent and current energy. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And for emerging energy, for 2 green calcite, 2 of Cups, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. In there. All right. Wow. All right. So, to get things started, 4 of Pentacles is a guardedness and basically like a real protection energy. Like you've been protecting yourself and guarding your energy and like your possessions and your loved ones, and this feeling of you know, trying to get what's yours and make sure it's safe, right? And then the Emperor is really just a real power player. This energy of just ruling, you know, like I mean that in the slang way, you know. It's cooler when I say it like that. Like you've been ruling. It rules, you know. Like, I mean, just really kind of like being in charge of your self and your life and your stuff, and this real energy and of just being on that and like caring about that and wanting that. And then 8 of Pentacles is the real desire to go deep and get more and keep growing and invest and learn more and take on more and multiply what you have. So you've got 2 Pentacles, this earthy kind of like groundedness, and this Emperor, you know, the Emperor is like the king of all the kings, but it's certainly like there's fiery kind of feeling with Emperor. I think it's the Aries, but yeah, so like that's real. There's real magic and manifestation possibility here. Interestingly enough, the standstill card says sky above, earth below. You know, there's when it's earth below, it's just groundedness, and I do get that from you, like a real groundedness. And you've got the mountain goat over here, which is, you know, essentially Capricorn, but that goat energy, that mountain goat energy is extremely grounded. Like, how can something ascend on these tiny little pieces of rock and with these weird little hooves and yet like stand so firm and so grounded? You know, it's a beautiful groundedness. So with the standstill, there is a message about you sort of being in a place of pause and patience, and looking for the clarity and in a situation, and looking for the best way out of anything that wasn't serving. And with determination, there's an echo of that, you know, of what this mountain goat says and what I just said here. Like there's an energy of holding the vision and keeping your eyes on the prize, and like moving ahead through the rough stuff, through tricky terrain, through obstacles, through hurdles, through anything that might try to be in your way. You know, here with the Four of Pentacles, like I said, like there's this safeguarded energy around like your vision and your life and your stuff and yourself, and it's just like, look, I'm looking out for me now. Like that's the real feeling here with this Four of Pentacles and this Emperor especially, but and also with these. But also, yeah, like this mountain goat, it's a real forging ahead, going upward, you know. Ahead is up with both this determination and mountain goat. This does have mountains on it with a sun on the horizon. It's an ascent. It's a relentless ascent that you're on. You're not letting anything get in your way or hold you back, and I want to say anymore, because it does feel like at some point it doesn't feel super fresh, but fresh enough, because you seem to be grounded now, but something may have tried to throw you off or did throw you off at some point, and you're really like, you know, this is, I'm doing me now, and I got this, and I'm going, and nothing is going to stop me. It's a beautiful, determined energy. Oh, no movie puns. Okay. Capricorn energy, like I said, this mountain goat, nobody in the zodiac can focus the way a Capricorn can on making life be how they want it to be. Like there's just a drive inside the Capricorn mind that is very headstrong, and it's stubborn, but it's very like, you know, the focus and the intent and the desire isn't easily disrupted, you know. Like there's a very a real drive, a drive. It's a specific drive with the mountain goat and the Capricorn energy. Like it's a drive to achieve and have. It's earthly, you know. Like there's a, like I want my life this way, I want my space this way, I want things this way, you know. Like there's a very, and it's not like this dirty selfish energy, it's just a very, it's actually quite honest, and it's actually very like, you know, if you get in there and you're in that energy, it can be very giving and very like, there can be a lot of reciprocity for others with, you know, between this energy, because it doesn't mind sharing, but it's going to get what it's going to get, and it's going to look out for number one, you know. And then it's fine with sharing for sure, but it's just like not comfortable off the ascent, you know. Like that you know, this is, your energy is reading as, you know, very, you don't have to be a Capricorn at all to have this energy. Like some of us have more of it and some have less, some have none, some have tons, but it's just, that's what is showing up for you in this reading is this determined ascent, you know, this determination to have more. You know, this Four of Pentacles is like taking ownership of what you have and protecting it and guarding it, and this 8 is multiplying it, you know. And the Emperor is that desire to be at the top of it all, to be at the top with these two. So there's definitely something going on with that. Now, looking into what is emerging for you, we have Two of Cups, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. Two of Cups is your soul love. This isn't meant to be a love reading of any way, shape, or form. Like, I mean, it's universal love, not like intimate love so much, but it can show up because it's important. When it does show up, I'm not going to ignore it. So coming in for you, either right this moment or, may have just come in or it's on its way, is the soul love and the like, the person who holds a mirror to you and shows you what you are. And if you've been in a very protective space of getting yours and taking care of yourself and self-love and growth and commitment to growth and commitment to your own sort of future, then it makes perfect sense that you would be calling in and attracting your counterpart, essentially. And also coming in is Ace of Swords, clarity. It's just that real spark of momentum that is the truth, and it's clarity, and it's moving into the next phase, feeling very certain about who you are and what you're doing and what you want, and also feeling like you have a clear understanding of what's going on around you. I would say that anyone coming in this, when I say someone's coming in, I'm not diving specifically into a love relationship reading, but this looks here like it would be someone who is not leaving you doubt. Like, there's no room for doubt. There's clarity. This person is very much your person, and it could be someone that someone that you have been with before, someone you are with now, someone you've never met, but regardless of that, I would say that it's there's just an all-around clarity and good fortune coming in for you. There's a lot of destiny. This fortune card speaks of destiny and abundance, and that sometimes we lose, but then we have to remember that the good comes back in. And I think that, if you have suffered something that was a bit, heartbreaking or a loss or something that made you kind of step into this your own power in this position of wanting to take care of yourself this way and like make sure that you get what you need, then this makes perfect sense to me as well, that you would be receiving that, that call for destiny, and that it, it comes, what you've been asking for or what you've been working for will come to you. Page of Wands, just speaking of, more of this good fortune and magic coming in. You have a lot of hard work paying off energy in this reading. And as far as in your heart and in opening your heart, this is energy that will allow you to, you may never like fully release your grip on, your determination, your drive, and your focus. You may always hold that as something that is a big part of yourself. Maybe you've learned your lessons so hard that you're like, never again, but like, this is energy that is looking to be very opening for you, because you've got this reflection. And when you get into unconditional love with someone, then you're forced almost by divinity to open your heart and let them in, because you can't not, and it's just destiny. And then Ace of Swords is the clarity that you need, and the knowingness of everything that you need to know, that makes you feel safe again to move forward and to open up, And Page of Wands, yeah, the magic. This card to me is wonder and magic and good things coming in, and you feeling like you worked hard, and it is being rewarded, because, you know, good things happen to people who are well intended, right? I want to get more more about what's coming in. Getting into alignment, opening your heart. Number 2, green calcite. 7 of Cups. 8 of Swords. Seven of Swords. So these are heavier, and they have a message. 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and and 7 of Swords. Ooh. Okay. So if in the past you've dealt with people being dishonest with you, or even you being dishonest with yourself about who, what, where you are, that is something that you are learning to deal with, but also releasing, you know, like there's a forgiveness here of anything that you, it's like a forgiving a grudge, you know, like letting go of a grudge that you may have, that is essential to you opening your heart. It has to do with, I feel that it could be, like I said, someone being dishonest with you, or people being dishonest with you, or not telling you the whole truth or whatever about any matter whatsoever. Or it could be your own, you know, not being honest with your own self about a situation or about something. So there's certainly, for this card, I have a strong feeling that releasing a grudge, letting go, moving on is really important energy for you in order to open up and receive what it is you're meant to receive. 8 of Swords is there is the hesitation that you may encounter. It's the trickiness of the mind, the tricks that the mind wants to play. It may be the triggers. It's the things that want to make you stuck and stay in, it's old shit that wants to keep you dwelling on negativity and things, you know, pessimism, you know, things that there may be nagging feelings, you know, that reside in you deep, you know, that resurface here and there, that try to snag you and hold you down and keep you from your ascension, you know. And this is what I'm talking about with you, the determination and the mountain goat energy, where you're just like, you're moving on and going ahead. But like, you know, as powerful as you may feel, as strong and protective as you may feel over your own heart and your own energy, you know, we're all still human. You're still very much a human being, and you will have real life, you know, triggers and wounds that may try to open up and suck you in and play tricks on your mind. And especially with this, the way I placed it, to be coming up over your 2 of Cups, this soulmate connection type thing that's coming in for you, you know, when you reach that and you find that and you have that, you can't allow this old stuff that you're supposed to be releasing, and these wounds and triggers that surface and try to hold you back and down. You can't allow them to interfere with your greater destiny and luck and fortune and what you know to be true. So the Seven of Cups is here to just basically, you know, combine what I just told you about these guys. This one having more to do with the past, this one having more to do with the future. The Seven of Cups telling me you really need to lighten up and allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to loosen up and use your imagination again, and feel free to make wishes, feel free to go a little crazy sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, get a little out there if you've been feeling really restricted, if you've been feeling really like you've been holding your own self back, you know, control. Just if you've been controlling yourself so much, you have to relinquish some of your own grip on your own self and just allow yourself to lighten up and like feel free to dream again and imagine and like seek what you desire. It's okay. It's safe. You made it through whatever you went through, and you are you've done a good job of getting back up on your feet. You know, when they, what is that, you know, get knocked down, get back up again, brush yourself off and start all over. Like, yeah, like you've done that. So like, you're not just moving forward, you know, you're like, why don't, like, take a bath in this luxury of dreams. I don't know where that came from. You know, just really like clean off the dust of the past and like allow yourself the freedom to explore your wildest imagination again, you know. Okay. And then this almost came up as what would be challenges, because that was the next question I was going to ask. I feel like we've gotten I feel like this told me challenges, but let me just get more. We have the Hanged Man, Seven of Wands, and the Star. Okay. So if you've been feeling, you know, just stuck, if you've been feeling like literally stuck in a rut, in a position that you couldn't get out of by, you know, maybe circumstance more than, whereas like the Eight of Swords is self-imposed, the Hanged Man may be, you know, actual, just like big, that's a major, that's not a minor, that's a major. That's like circumstance may have been hanging you up. It could be anything from finances and logistics and, you know, like housing, jobs, money type stuff, or to, you know, a love relationship going bad, or family stuff, friend stuff, kids, marriage failure type stuff, like anything at all that has held you in a position of feeling stuck, of feeling like all you could do is wait it out, is the vibe. Then, you know, remember what you hoped for. Remember what you were hoping for before that time and what you hope for moving forward. And have courage. Find the courage within. You know, have courage, and just like we were saying, I was saying, like, let go of the grudge. I hear it echoed again here with the Seven of Wands, that you need to basically like ease up your defenses now. Like, it's safe to ease up your defenses now that you've moved out of this. And part of that is going to be you know, back in that Seven of Cups, like imagining again. It's reawakening hopes and, you know, that you've had, and like your own spiritual connectedness that is guiding you, and your knowingness that is there, that has always existed inside of you, and you're finding that you need to re-examine that. Like maybe you went through something that made you question your faith for some time, so then there's this time of you needing to reconnect to that. Okay. I think I did one final card about a final message about something that lies ahead for number 2 green calcite. What lies ahead? 6 of Swords. Yes. Moving forward toward peace and away from storms and rocky times, and just moving toward better days and light and hope. Okay, so it looks to me like everything is smoothing out, and you're going to be, you know, you're just like, it's all gonna be downhill, and, you know, like it's just like, it seems like it's been rough for you, and that something has hardened you a bit, and now it's time to know what to release from the outside and from within, what to recall, and to move forward toward better days and better times. So we're going to do a little intention here for number 2 group with this green calcite. Yes, yes to 6 of Swords energy. Spirit, would you continue to support this group in moving forward with faith, moving forward, reconnected to self, reconnected to you? Can you support bringing in all that is good and all that is deserved, bringing in healing? Okay, all right. The candle's getting low. I want to get into group 3 now. I hope that this was helpful for you and good for you, and I feel it. I feel good about it, and I hope I see you again. Thank you so much. Hi to the 3rd group. We're moving right along. We've got our ritual candle burning, and I want to make sure we get through your reading because it's getting low. A lot of good intentions so far in the previous groups. You chose this aquamarine. Such a soother. And the MUSE deck I'm using for you. We have disruption and potion. Chameleon. And this says pushing upward, earth above, wind below. Okay. Okay. Aquamarine group 3. Questions today about opening the heart and aligning with self, higher self alignment. All right. Aquamarine is a throat and heart chakra stone. It's very calming and also bringing insight with peace. It's water-based, and it also is connected to Pisces, Aries, and Gemini as well. I'm using the MUSE deck, I think I told you. Talk about these cards in a moment. Let me get you some. I'm looking at what's been recently and or currently going on with 3 Aquamarine. That's the Muse of Voices, which is the King of Swords. The Chariot. And Temperance. Big stuff. Big stuff for you recently, currently. All right. And emerging energy. Emerging. The Lovers. Hanged Muse, Hangman. And 2 of inspiration in this deck, which is Wands. All right. Everybody in? I think so. Okay. There's definitely I told you that the Aquamarine has the Pisces. It's, you know, it's March birthstone, so it's gonna have the Pisces and Aries, but it's also got the Gemini, and I definitely across here feel the Gemini and the Pisces big time. But okay, let's just start with recent and current energy. And we're looking at the King of Swords, the Chariot, and Temperance. You have a lot of big cards on the table right here. 2 majors in current and recent, 2 majors in emerging energy for you. So basically, what I'm getting here is that you've been feeling ready, you know? Like there's a real coming into balance and readiness that you've been feeling. You're feeling very like kind of good about who you are and what you have to give. Like let me just say, you know, the pushing upward card is about growing. You know, it's about being flexible in that growth. Like when it reminds me of the sun, because everything grows toward the sun. If you know, you put, I have to turn, I guess everyone does, but like turn the plants in the window because they grow toward the sun, you know, and you'll watch you'll see like trees that have bent all kinds of crazy ways to go upward toward the sun, you know, like around things, and it's just the way they go. And there's just a feeling with you that you have also been flexible in your growth, and that you've just been reaching this Chariot energy, and this card giving me sun vibe. Like there's very like there's an optimistic, positive vibe about you that you just sort of inherently hold, I think. And that is, you know, you're probably pretty easygoing and feeling very sure of, you know, just have like relatively healthy self-esteem, it seems like, and you want to and are balanced and fair and patient and not really in a rush, you know. Even though swords and chariot can be a little faster energy, this temperance here just speaking to me of you just being like chill. The chameleon is chill, we'll get to that, but like there's certainly that kind of Pisces vibe of just going with the flow and being chill and like being flexible and easy, easy to hang with, you know. The disruption card is speaking of releasing fear and being courageous and it's a very kind of out there. It's more of an Aquarius energy really, and it's like sort of embracing, you know, your weirdness and your ideas that are a little far out and a little, you know, innovative or just extra creative and inspired. So like there's certainly something unique about you. I just got like unicorn vibe. Like there's real like there's something unique about you, and you're comfortable with that about yourself. You're comfortable with being, you know, different in the ways that you're different, and you also know that you're flexible enough to be around all kinds of people and to get along, and you're easygoing. You're like not the one to cause the problem, not the one to cause any sort of like hiccups when it comes to just like you know, just wanting to be good and do good. Potion here is also about creativity and personal growth and new ideas and coming up with new ideas. So you have like different things here showing me, you know, kind of adding up to show me this picture of you. And this is what I'm getting, is that you're like really like, you know, she's cooking up something. I just picture you like really just ready to cook up something good. And I just heard Shaka Khan tell me something good. Tell me that you like me. Like just this really nice, groovy, moving upward, moving forward energy. Like this real desire to have enjoy life and like have it be good. And like this chameleon, did we talk about it a little bit? Like there's the chameleon is sensitive to others, you know, and that really goes, that's why I think that's why I felt that Pisces energy on that, as well as this aquamarine and even in this temperance, which I know is isn't temperance Libra, but you know, I just sense this like this sort of peaceful you know, sensitivity and like concern and compassion and kindness and consideration. That's a big one. Consideration. Very calm, very chill. So it's funny because like this card says disruption and it makes it like shocking, you know, but it's actually it's really just more about like being comfortable in that that zone of like freaky, you know, embracing your uniqueness, and is what I feel. And it's funny because the chameleon and a lot of what we've been talking about is like that going with the flow and being the easy one, you know, like just really want to be there and have a good time, very supportive of others. But it's almost like you're so comfortable being, you know, the way you are and who you are, that, you know, this chameleon is almost a tricky animal symbol, because chameleon will change its own colors to blend in. But it's not that you do that. You don't do that to like trick anyone or to deceive anyone. There's no lying. You're not lying about who you are at all. You're just you're flexible like that. Like this growing upward, pushing upward, you know, that, like we said, like the plants like bending to go toward the trees, and trees and plants bending to grow toward the sun. That's what this energy is. It's not that it's like, oh, I'm blue because I'm in a blue room, like meek chameleon style. It's like if we're gonna do this, I can do this. It's a real well-roundedness and a real just general openness, and it's wonderful energy. So like that's exciting to see that that's sort of like who you are and what's going on, and that's your heart. So like, even if this isn't exactly how you've been feeling like on the surface, this is down in your heart. You are this, you know what I mean? Like, you are optimistic, you are pushing for goodness and kindness and sweetness and good times, and you do know who you are. And there, you do care about you know, being non-offensive and being considerate, and you are ready to take on more and to do more with yourself and to be a little more what's the opposite of passive? Like, you want to, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like aggressive. Like, I don't mean like in a way, but like you want to like kind of like get some momentum going. Like, maybe you've been just sort of going with things and you're just in more of a lull with that. Like, it's like, oh, it's cool, whatever, it's cool, whatever. But like, maybe you've been kind of like wanting to excel a little more and like do a little more and like get yourself even out there a little more. And so then let's go into these. This is your emerging energy. You have the Lovers, the Hangman, and Two of Wands. So this is delicious coming in for you. The Lovers, you know, could quite literally be a very significant relationship coming in. And, you know, without getting too much into the details of that, because who knows, it could also be, you know, the Lovers is about important relationships and bonds and contracts, soul contracts, I believe. So there's also, and it's about decisions, you know, so famously. So I would say that, you know, for you, there's certainly bigger unifying concepts coming in, like bigger opportunities to bond and be that could be romantic and intimate, and it also could be friendly, platonic, but either way, you have I want to say more than one important relationship that's like growing in importance, but also, yeah, the possibility of something very sweet and romantic coming in that is hugely significant in your journey. And this is something, it could be very much you know, just something that awakens your desires more than before. Like, maybe you haven't always known what you wanted, but like recently this King of Swords speaks of a more like kind of like knowing that you want to do something and kind of like knowing something that is worth knowing. And and I think this Gemini Lovers energy is and Gemini's in here as well, like we were talking about, and I said I felt it elsewhere, but this is this sort of like mental awakening, stirring that is happening, and it's coming from a bond that is being you know, that is growing, that may be new, maybe existing, and it may be multiple, like I said. And then the Hanged Muse for coming in, it's really, for me, seeing this here, you know, a lot of times you see a Hanged Man card and it's someone that, and they're all bound up and you know, wrapped up in and stuck and just really have no choice but to sit it out and wait it out and pause and look at things differently. But that's what I feel this particular Hanged Man card exhibits. You know, she is hanging over this sort of rope in the sky, like a, you know, some sort of like tight rope thing, you know, just really just dangling there, looks like of her own free will, and is looking around and seeing, you know, there's these mountains and the sun and this eye and this opening and awareness, and like really just basking in this newfound perspective. So coming in for you, I really feel, is this real like burst of inspiration from seeing something differently, seeing things differently. And you know, the Two of Wands is that decisive action card where you have like choices, and it's really just figuring out what it is you want to do. So I think for you, there will be a figuring out of something that you want to do. Like I said, like before, you may have just kind of been going with the flow so long, you're not necessarily sure, you know, anything that's like super extra compelling. You're just happy doing like everything and whatever everybody else wants to do. But you're coming into a place of, you know, being able to see some of your options and really kind of weigh and use this enlightened vision to weigh your choices and what's before you and what you might actually want to do. That's cool. Let me get some more for Aquamarine 3. Oh, we got your Hierophant. Then we have Page of Pentacles. And Three of Cups. You just seem so fun and sweet and fun. There's such a summer vibe going on. This is recorded in summer, and it just feels like a really chill, you know, like backyard barbecue right here. So you've got this Hierophant, which was your, you know, the card that was representing the group in the beginning, and it's the first appearance of Hierophant today in any of the readings. And this question that I've posed in my mind, at least, was about more messages about opening your heart and alignment. And for you, your faith and your spiritual connection, your higher calling, your higher learning, your higher awareness, all of that is definitely made of some beautiful parts here. I'm seeing it's made of everything that you have known and loved. This is the Three of Cups. This is your friends, your family, your lovers, like every beautiful thing that you have savored, every good time that you've savored, and everything that has built you into this fun, loving, kind, compassionate, sweet person that you are. That is, you know, that has helped you to get to this place, as much as what is coming for you. This Page of Pentacles, this is the message about the kindness and the compassion and this sort of grounded, secure, like, and it's over the lovers, you know. And I feel like we're talking about like important relationships, helping to show you the way and helping to help, you know, coming in and opening your heart and helping you become aligned. And I think that this is part of it, is like more of these sweet relationships that you have fostered so well are just here and remaining, and they're solid and they're stable and they're not going anywhere. And it's like, just for you, these two particular cards, you know, but on the sides of the Hierophant, just really speak about the importance of your friends, your loved ones, you know, all of the loved ones, the families, the friends, the lovers, like everything, every bit of it has contributed to this journey that you're on and this opening of your heart. You seem to feel, to me, generally secure and safe in your opening and in your like finding alignment. I think the only thing that may have been a question for you is kind of like going for it. Like there's, you know, this chameleon energy of just being like so chill. You're just like hanging out on your tree branch, like you know, just like not really doing anything but being love. It's very zen and like being good and being positive. But like I said, there's this shift for you that is emerging, that is coming in, because you have probably been wanting wanting to kind of do a little more and like know what it is you want to do, and know kind of like what direction to take to like bring you more, and you know, to feel like you're giving more and doing more and just kind of accelerate and what's the word, multiply, what's the word, exponentially, I don't know, math, whatever. It's like, you know, you want to like I think I was gonna say exaggerate, but that's not it. Like you want to like make it all more and bigger and like do more and be more and contribute more, and you have a lot of love in your heart already, and you just are like, I want to put more of it out there. Like I think that's what you feel. So you're looking for that purpose, and I think you've got some important relationships that are going to help you find that, and you're certainly in line to be aligned, and certainly to see the grandiose, you know, beauty of life, even in more from an even different perspective than you have before. Like I don't think you've taken anything for granted, and yet you're going to like you know, take it even farther and see things in an even more appreciative way. There's a lot of gratitude coming off of you for your, you know, for what you have, and what you have always had, and this a certain security that you have in your relationships and in your very loyal friends that I think you've had. Are there any challenges, immediate challenges for aquamarine number 3? Let's see. 2 of Swords. That's that indecision. And I think if I didn't say it, I tried to say it. You've been kind of just like, you know, that's your challenge, is the indecision. But, you know, we're already, without even laying the rest of that I'm getting, you're going to see more clearly. You're going to see more clearly here with this particular Hanged Man, and this 2 of Wands is, you know, those options before you, and this is that the 2 of Swords is speaking of that, like not knowing what to do, and that's your challenge, is like, you know, you could do it, you could pick anything and go with it, right? Like the world is your oyster. But let's see. About this challenge. We've got a 8 of Pentacles. More about this challenge. And a 10 of Wands. Okay. So the 10 of Wands could be sort of heavy, you know, like this has been heavy for you. This indecision has been it's felt like a responsibility that you just like didn't necessarily want to take on. Like it's kind of like just too big of an idea, like not knowing what to do as like it's weighed on you, and it's finally like, all right, enough is enough. I want to do something, and I need to figure out what I want to do, kind of vibe. And then like 8 of Pentacles speaks of advancing your skills and learning and growth in that way. So I would say that it's possible coming up for you that you have something new that you're going to see it if you don't now, something new you would like to invest your time and energy in and learn more about. And that is just all a part of your path and your journey. I can't say specifically what that is in this general, but for you, or even in a personal, I'm not sure I could tell you what to do, but you know, this is definitely speaking of you learning. This is the 8 of Pentacles is an apprenticeship card. You know, it's like you've decided something, you're, you know, in school for it or taking workshops for it or whatever it is, and you're learning more about it and you're becoming like the master of it is your goal. But you're like really just open to knowing more about this new thing, which really falls in line with this potion card, where I said you're like gonna be cooking up a new plan, and you got some new ideas, and like if there's something out there that you've always wanted to know about, you may be able to pinpoint what that is soon if you can't. If it seems like indecision is is an issue, then, you know, you should be coming into a place where you're like, oh, that's what I want to do. And then you have to move forward in learning more about this thing that you want to do. You know, gaining some skills to do it. That's really cool. Yeah, but it feels like the weight of the indecision and the not like having like your own like one sort of like area of expertise, one thing that you're like known for doing, which is actually like more than just being like a good friend to everybody and the cool person everybody loves knowing. It's like you want to like do a little more and contribute a little more, and that's been weighing on you. And now it's like it's like, okay, like you're gonna start seeing it, you're gonna be able to move toward that with, you know, gaining necessary skills is what this very specifically speaks of. The 8 of Pentacles, you know, that's earthy. That's like getting the practical knowledge down to do something that you want to do. And I'm getting one more for you before we set some intentions and send us all off along our way. Final message for number 3, Aquamarine. 4 of Wands. Oh, that's a beautiful way to end for you and a beautiful way to set intentions. Here we have the 4 of Wands in this deck, the 4 of Inspiration. 4 of Wands is the synchronicity card. It's the 1111, you know, 4 of Wands is 1111. I always read it first as synchronicity. So that is something that we are setting an intention for you. But also, if you just look here on this card, like there's 4 friends here sitting together in a group, because 4 of Wands is also often, you know, happy events, celebrations, sometimes weddings, like parties, like, you know, just gathering. And I think for you, your synchronicity and you're coming into you know, this Hierophant here, your greater sort of like learning, your higher learning and everything that's going on here. It's beautiful for you. My goodness, this is really gorgeous. I think it's all coming in, and that's what we're going to set our intentions about for you with our ritual candle, which I will allow to burn out. We've used it through the previous readings as well and set intentions if you're interested in those. If this felt like yours, then those may not resonate with you completely, but as with any reading, especially general on YouTube, you take what you feel and dismiss the rest. And, you know, I would like to just take a moment. Okay. Spirit, please continue to support our beautiful number 3 friends in coming into sync and finding higher perspective and higher learning. This is a pure and good soul. Please support them in finding a higher purpose and fulfillment through service. Support them in continuing to hold and care for their beautiful relationships. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I'll see you next time.